This is the third of 25 custom videos that follow our hero John through the process of leading a PMP project. Each video is designed to use John's experiences to help you understand and remember key concepts that you will face on the PMP exam. This case study, Designing the Path, is related to PMBOK Guide Chapters 2 and 3. By the end of this video, you will be able to identify the 5 process groups, understand how the 49 PMP processes support the 5 process groups, and recognize how project managers tailor the processes with each process group to help achieve the project's objectives. John had downloaded the charter and stakeholder register templates. As he started to fill in the details, his brain jumped forward and questions piled up. What were his next steps? How would he get the team together, and would he be able to lead them? Shouldn't he be directing people to do things? With questions came insecurities. John eagerly unloaded these in his meeting with Lloyd. It feels different being at the helm of a project. Maybe I was naive, but on my past projects, it always felt like the project manager had all the answers. What you're feeling is normal. You're making a big jump, team member to project manager. It may have felt like every project manager knew all the answers, but they often didn't. Don't worry, you will be successful if... Lloyd paused to see if John was truly paying attention. He was. Lloyd continued, you stayed disciplined yet flexible. Lloyd had a calm and relaxed yet confident manner. Sitting in Lloyd's office, John felt that this was equal mentoring and therapy session. Disciplined yet flexible. I don't know what you mean. Let's start with flexible. As a project manager, you must understand the deliverables and then structure your project in strategic phases to achieve them. Additionally, there are lots of processes to choose from, but every phase doesn't require them all. You must pick the unique mix of processes the team completes and build in strategic gate checks to evaluate if you were successful. So, is every phase totally unique? No. Every phase doesn't require every process, but it does follow the same flow of process groups. This is where discipline comes into play. John had begun taking notes. As Lloyd continued, John followed along, writing the words initiating, planning, executing, monitoring and controlling, and closing along the left side of his paper. John, I want you to refresh yourself on these process groups and the processes within each. Remember, these process groups aren't totally sequential. It isn't mandatory that one finishes before the next starts. No, instead they overlap and are interrelated. Lloyd could see that the complexity of this realization had not yet crystallized in John's mind. He continued explaining in an effort to help. Many of the processes interact and build on each other. Because of this, when something in the project changes, you must loop back and adjust. This is not a bad thing. Instead, it is reality and the major part of all successful projects. Remember, disciplined yet flexible. So what do I do first to be disciplined yet flexible? You are making the correct first steps now. Continue moving through initiating and get serious about planning. Don't focus too heavily on execution this early. Instead, establish a clear foundation and build buy-in with your stakeholders. Execution will come in time. Be patient but push forward. John left Lloyd's office with a new perspective. He would trust the process and stick to the principles of a great project. Designing the Path questions. Question 1. Lloyd recommends that all project managers must understand their projects and select the ideal mix of processes that best supports their success. What is this approach called? A. Phase analysis. B. Phase gating. C. Project lifecycle analysis. Or D. Tailoring. Question 2. After the meeting, John is advised by a younger project manager that the best way to speed up an early phase of a project is to skip the monitoring and controlling process group. Would you support John in following this advice? A. No. Every process group serves a distinct purpose in each phase and must be used. B. No. Early phases require the use of all process groups, but later phases do not require initiating. C. Yes. John must tailor the project to fit its unique needs. Or D. Yes. Process groups are not mandatory.